Okay, I think this one might look pretty straightforward, but there's a little more going on here than meets the eye. This is Mix It Up Monday, where we take the same sketch, add some mixed media of our own choices, and then make it completely our own. And this layout has one little interactive surprise that I have added that I absolutely just had to include. So what do you think it does? Let's take the sketch, mix it up, and I'll show you how this one comes together. And I know you're going to be in for a surprise. Hi everyone, it's Kathy here, and as I said, we are playing along with Mix It Up Monday, and the sketch today has been provided by Narelle Faciolo, who is the Simply Scrapping on YouTube and her socials. So go check her out. All her deets will be down below. And Tara, our fearless leader, guides us through this every month, where we are using our mixed media on our bases to create a new layout. So this layout called for 3 photos, but I've got 5. So I had to come up with a new way of including them on the layout. So I'm going to make this one a little bit of an interactive, and it's going to have my photos on a lift up flap on 2 of them. So I'm just creating that part of the layout now. And I trim my photos down to 3 inches by 5 inches, and I kept one at 6 by 4. So the 3 inches by 5 inches, I have 2 photos for each interactive part, and I will show you how that goes together a little bit further down the track. Right now I am preparing my base and the mixed media section, which is most important in this layout, because after all, it is Mix It Up Monday, and that is the key purpose of it. So I have got my 1-inch frame, and I have this yellow striped paper here, which I'm going to use for my background. Of course, I couldn't go with a plain white one. That's just not in my little forte. I have to have a little bit of interest in it. Now, I have this paper here that I've been holding on to for a very long time, and so it's going on. It's finally going to be used, and it's very, like a Doppler sort of effect, which is great because of my photos, and you'll see why when we have a closer look at them. I am using my Distress Oxide here. I use Scorched Timber, and that was a bit pale, but that's okay. Now I'm using Black Soot, and I'm using my smooching tool to get that even spread across there, and I'm adding in some splatters as we go, just adding a bit more water to make those splatters work just that little bit better on the layout. And I'm trying to keep pretty much to Narelle's descriptive use of mixed media on her sketch, but of course, I'm me, and I just keep going my own way. I really do like how the colours blend nicely, and they really do scream fire, which is what my layout's about, my son and his fire display. So you'll see how this works in a moment. I just used there a reddish colour. I don't think it's actually called red. I think it's called, let me see if I can find it. Yes, I went with abandoned coral to get that reddy orangey glow of a fire. So I've got all the colours of my fire. I've got my scorched timber and my black, which is your wood where it burns, your ash and your fires, and then I've got the coral colour and the yellow for the flames. So I'm going to put down the half circle, and at first I put it right against the edge of the yellow, and then I looked at the sketch again and I thought, no, it's actually got to go right against the edge of even the frame. So I've lifted it up again, and I am just placing it down, and you can see now that gives me more spacing across over onto the right hand side, and that's really important for the photos. I'm going to add in some more mixed media here, and I'm using the Distress Spritz in the fossilized amber, because that gives a gold, and then I get the Dina Wakley white opaque, and I'm going to put that on there as well, because that will really stand out against that bright red there. And I do love how this has come together. So as you can see, there's a lot of mixed media already on that layout before we even get into pulling it together. So now we're back with my photos, and as I said, these photos were of my son. He is the lead firefighter in these photos. He was doing a fire demonstration. This was his fire truck, and we were at the local show at Easter this year. His girlfriend had come for the first time. He was the he's a deputy in the firefighter now, and so he was actually the lead firefighter in this demonstration of putting out a gas fire. So it takes a different skill. They have to wear the full mask and gear because it is gas, and there is a different way of approaching it and different different skills required. So here it was demonstrating how they put out gas fires when they come across cars, and open flame fires and things like that. So it was quite an impressive display, and always impressive when you see the firefighters in action. So I wanted to capture all of the photos on the one layout, so I just put this interactive flap in there. I also have these little fire trucks, which I have in button format, which I want to include on there as well. And I was contemplating putting them on the tab for the lift up of the photos, but I end up not doing that. I end up just putting them into a embellishment part, which you'll see very soon. Now, when I lift up the photos, there is that extra panel. Now, I could have probably printed 2 more photos if I'd thought about it, but I haven't. I may still go and do so in the future because that space is going to be sitting there, but I'm adding in more of this pattern paper just to fill in that space there inside the flap. Now, you could use a flip flap to do the same process, but I thought I like to do it with the cardstock and the framing, so it just makes it a solid landing place for your photos, particularly when I cut into the sleeve. When I put it into the album, it's just that a little bit more firmer and doesn't get destroyed as readily. So I have got the tab there, and it's going to go in underneath the paper here, so it'll be securely in place, and that's just that little bit of extra incentive to lift up the flap to have a look at the photo underneath. So the key here was the fighter display, but of course there are always extra photos when you're taking an event down like so. I have now got this and it's nice and dry, so I can now start working on my base. I'm just going to put the tape on the opposite side. Now, for the ones that I'm lifting up and that are interactive, I am adding 3 rows of the tape because I want it to be quite firm on the layout and I don't want it to move. Now, I move this multiple times, let me tell you. It's really good if you probably start in the middle, not the top and the bottom when you're putting down your photos. If you start in the middle, you're going to actually get your spacing right the first time. See here? Didn't leave enough space. So I have to actually lift it, and I have to be careful I don't tear it, which I do lift a little bit of the paper there, but it's in the white spot, so I'm able to re-glue it and it doesn't look like there's been a tear on it. And I'm just moving them down that little bit extra to make that more space in the middle for the photo, and then we've got that even space in between. So I've got them over to the left and then the 2 to the right, and I'm making sure that they're firm in place. I'm putting a little bit of glue behind just to make sure they don't lift, and up there where that glue where that paper tore, I've just glued it down and you can't even see it. All right, I have the title, which I cut out on my Cricut as well, and the title says Mastery. And so just like Narelle has in her sketch, I have my title running up the left-hand side of the layout. So if you don't have a Cricut, you could use letters that you have from stickers, or like we used to do in the old days with the old stencils. We used to trace around the letters and then fussy cut them out. Well, we didn't even know we were fussy cutting back then. We just did it. You traced around your stencils and then you cut out your letters, and that's how you got your titles when we first started scrapping. So if you're new to scrapping and you don't have a lot of tools, there's always a way to make the letters. Another way I used to do it is I used to print it out on my printer and then cut out each letter. So I fussy cut the letters out, and that was how I made my title. Lots and lots of ways to make different titles. You don't need to have all the whiz-bang tools that are available. You can just use a printer and a pair of scissors and you end up with the same effect. I am putting in my faux stitching around the edge here because I wanted to add a little bit more to the layout. It was looking a little bit flat. I can't say that I'm 100% in love with this layout. I do like it when I've zhuzhed it up a little bit more, but I'm still, on the fence about whether I like it or not. I'll leave that up to you to decide. Let me know in the comments, what do you think at the end, if I actually zhuzhed it enough? Is it, something that you really think is a good layout, or a Kathy Loves to Scrap layout, say? I'm just inlining my letters here to make them pop a little bit more. I'm using my white gel pen on the black, and that really makes it pop, particularly with that busy background. And it does look, effective when you're up close and personal with it. Uh, a good white gel pen is a must. If you want to spend any money, make sure you get a good white gel pen, because it just makes all the difference when you're working on your darker colors on your layouts. All right, so there's my title done. I have my photos down. Now I've got these fire trucks. I really want to include them, and you'll see me fuss around a little bit with them because I decided what I'm going to do, but then I remembered I had the little Dalmatian fire dog. So I thought, no, I'll go and get that. And to bring those in, I'm going to build cluster points, and I've cut out some circles with the paper, and that's allowing me to build little tiny cluster points. And you can see that I'm overlaying them on the photo because that's fine. I'm happy for them to sit on the photo and the photo underneath, and that's tying it all nicely together. And I've got 2 fire trucks and the fire dog, and that just ties in nicely. Now, I've been looking at that title and it's been annoying me because it just, it needs something. That circle just needs something. This is just my own personal preference. I felt that it needed a little bit more, so I've put in a fishtail banner there that I'm just putting underneath it like a title, like an underlining to make it stand out, so it really draws your eye over to the title. I'm going to trace around the outside of this one with the black just to make it lift off a little bit more. Then I'm going to add in my journaling, and the journaling is really simple. It's not just saying Luddenham Show 2026, Patrick doing a fire demonstration for the crowd. He was thrilled to show off his skills for Erin, that's his girlfriend. Then that was her first time seeing him in action. We've seen him doing fire stuff before, but that was the first time she's seen him doing anything in full gear. So I'm adding in some Nouveau drops here to set up my visual triangle, and that's really important. It really draws your eye around the layout to the photos, which of course always must be the center of your layout. Otherwise, what is the purpose of the layout? The purpose is to tell the story. Your photos tell your story. Make sure they stand out. So I'm just flattening them out here with a little bit of a flick, and that gives them like a faux enamel dot look. And how cute is that dog? It's so cute. Anywho, I cleaned up my desk a little bit there so you can see it a little bit better, really draw into it. I added in some more Nouveau drops down that banner, and look at that. Isn't that amazing? I really love how this has turned out. And those little flaps allow that extra amount of photos on the page to finish telling the story. So these flaps will be out of the pocket when I put them in, and that's my layout up close and personal. Having a look at it, what do you think, guys? Do you think I did a good range of mixed media on this one? I'm still not 100% sure I love the page, but it's another page in the album. It's the story told, and they've been sitting around since March, April this year, and I really needed to get them in the album. So what do you think? Did I get close to the sketch? Did I stay close? Don't forget, there's a full playlist. Go check it out. Do all the YouTubey stuff, like, comment, share, subscribe, and here's my next video for you. See you there real soon.